Students, now in this video class we are going to discuss about 12th standard computer science chapter 6 control structures part 1. So we already learned control structures topics in 11th standard also. Can you able to remember what is meant by control structure? The control jumps from one part of the program to another part is known as a control structure. That is, you have to control the execution of the program, how the program can be executed, whether it can be executed in the sequence order, or if you want to skip some statements and execute the program, or you want to repeat some set of statements again, you have to specify. Okay, so control structures means you have to specify in which manner the program can be executed. Okay, now you can see in details. Okay, so first we see about the introduction. Programs may contain set of statements. So what is meant by program? Programs may contain set of statements. Okay, programs that is set of instruction. Each and every instruction is known as a statement. Okay, so you are writing program code. No, if for example a equal to 5, b equal to 10, c equal to a plus b. So this is the program we are going to add two numbers. Okay, here each and every line, that is a equal to 5, this is one of the statement, b equal to 10, this is also one statement. Okay, each and every line in a programming language is known as a statement. Okay, either we can specify programs may contain set of instructions or set of statements. Okay, so these statements are with the executable segment that yield the result. So each and every time we are executing these statements to get the result. Okay, in general statements are executed sequentially. In general manner the statements are executed in sequence order. Okay, so that is the statements are executed one after another. Normally all the instructions are executed in the sequence order, that is one after another. So there is no compulsion, there is no condition. You can execute all the statements in sequence order depending upon the requirements, depending upon the applications. You can able to execute your program in sequence order, or you can execute the programs to skip some statements and execute the remaining one, or you can repeat some set of statements again and again. Okay, no need to execute all the programs in sequence order. Okay, so depending upon the requirements you can execute in any one of this order. Okay, so there may be situations in our real life programming where we need to skip a segment or set of statements and execute another segment based on the test of a condition. Okay, so in some situations you want to skip some set of statements and execute another set of statements. Okay, so this skip, that is ignoring process based on the test condition. So this type of statements are called alternative statements or branching control structure. Okay, so this type of control structure is known as a alternative or branching. And then some situations we may need to execute a set of statements multiple times. So same set of statements you want to repeat more than one times. Okay, so this process is known as iteration or looping statements. Okay, is it clear? Program may contain set of statements. What is meant by program? A program is known as a set of statements. So the statements are executable statements. You can able to execute each and every statement. Okay. Normally we are executing the program in sequence order, but in some situations we can execute a program for skipping some set of statements or repeating some set of statements. Okay, so this is known as the control structure. Now you can see what is meant by control structure, how it can be processed in Python programming languages. Okay, a program that causes a jump of control from one part of the program to another is called control structure or control statement. Okay, so what is meant by control structure? The control jumps from one part of the program to another part. If for example your program code is containing 10 statement, okay, so totally how many statements is there? 10 statements is there. Now your program can be executed first 5 statements and skip next 3 statements and directly goes to the ninth and 10th statement. Okay, so this process, that is the control jumps from one part, that is a fifth line to eighth ninth line. Okay, this type of jumping, the program control jumps from one part of the program to another part is known as a control structure or control statements. Okay, so as we have already learned in C++ programming languages, these control statements are compound statements. What does mean by compound statement? More than one statements collectively known as compound statement. Okay, in C++ we are using curly braces to denote the compound statement. Okay, void main, after the void main we are put curly braces, writing all the statements. Okay, so that is more than one statements is known as a compound statement, used to alter the control flow of the process or program depending on the state of the process. So depending on what we are going to change the control, depending of the process, depending of the requirements of the user only, we can change the control flow of the program. Okay, so in Python, there are 3 control structures are used: sequential control structure, alternative or branching statement, iterative or looping statements. Okay, so these 3 control structures we already discussed in C++ also. In 11th standard C++ plus also we learned this control structures, that is sequential, alternative or branching, iterative or looping. Now you can see one by one in detail. Okay, sequential statement. Sequential statement is composed of a sequence of statements which are executed one after another. A code to print your name, address and phone number is an example of sequential statement. So what is meant by sequential statement? A sequential statement is composed of a sequence of statements. Okay, a sequential statement, a program contains more than one statement. Okay, how this program code can be executed? It is also executed in the sequence order, that is one after another. Now we are going to see one example. In this example we are going to print your name, address and a phone number. Okay, so say this example how the statements can be executed. Okay, so print, so we already learned in Python programming language, print statement is used to display the content on the monitor. Okay, so print hello, this is Sham. Okay, so within double quotes they are giving the message. What is the message? Hello, this is Sham. Okay, here Sham is the name of the student. And then see the second statement, print 43 comma second lane comma North Car Street comma TN. Okay, so this is the address of the particular person. Okay, so print statement is used to display the content on the monitor. Now you can see the output. First statement, hello, this is Sham. So this is the first statement. This can be executed first. And then 43 comma second line comma North Car Street comma TN. This is the second print statement. It can be executed and the output will be displayed on the second statement. Here the statement execution is done by one after another, that is the first statement is executed first and then second statement. Okay, so this is known as a sequential statement. This the execution of the statements is also done in sequence. Okay, next we see about what is meant by alternative or branching statement. So alternative or branching statement, in the statements we are going to skip some of the statement, unnecessary details, and we can go for the necessary statements alone we can execute. The skipping process is done based on the condition, whether the condition is true or false. When the condition is true, then you can execute only the true block. When the condition is false, then we are going to execute a else block also. Okay, now you can see the definition. In our day-to-day life, we need to take various decision and choose an alternate path to achieve our goal. Okay, so if for example after completing the 10th standard, there are several options are available in study for 11th standard. Either we can go for the commerce department or computer science or biology department, or any other department based on your willingness. Okay, based on your wish, based on your marks, you have to choose the different one. Okay, so you have to choose any one of this, not to all. Okay, so you have to select either the computer science department or commerce. Based on your wishes, you can select any one of this. Okay, so the same way, there are several options are available. Based on the condition, you have to execute any some set of the statements. Okay, now you can see, maybe we would have taken an alternate route to reach our destination when we find the usual road by which we travel is blocked. So in your book one example is given, that is, when you travel the same road there is a heavy traffic, then what you have to do, you have to select some other path to reach the destination place. No, that is, you are going to change the route, change the path for reach your destination place. Okay, so this type of changing the places, changing the path is also known as the alternative statements. Okay, so this type of decision making is what we had to learn through alternative or branching statements. So why you are changing the path to travel? Because the normal path is having heavy traffic, so you want to change your way. Okay, so based on that condition, what condition, heavy traffic is there, we are not able to move on that road, so we can change the road to reach the destination place. This is known as the alternative. Okay, so checking whether the given number is positive or, this type of decision making is what we are to learn through alternative or branching statements. Okay, so this type of decision making statements is known as the alternative or branching statements. Checking whether the given number is positive or negative, even or odd, can all be done using alternative or branching statements. Okay, so here some of the examples are given for alternative statement, that is, you have to check whether the given number is positive number or negative number, or you are going to check whether the given number is even number or odd number. For this problems we are going to use a alternative or branching statement. Okay, in Python there are three different types of alternative statements are available, that is simple if statement, and then second one is if else statement, third one is if if statements. Okay, simple if statement, and the simple if statements we are having only the true block, there is no else block. Okay, if condition is true then it can do some process. Okay, that's why we call it as a simplest decision making statement in Python. Okay, so simple if is the simplest of all decision making statements. Condition should be in the form of relational or logical expressions. So always the condition statement uses relational or logical expressions. Okay, now you can see the syntax for the simple if statement. Syntax, if statements is used for checking the condition. Okay, if condition colon, in Python you must use colon for to show the continuation of this statement. Okay, if condition colon statements block 1. In the above syntax, if the condition is true, statements block 1 will be executed. Okay, so it first check the condition. When the condition is true, then statement block will be executed. Okay, program to check the age and print whether eligible for voting. Now we are going to discuss one program. In this program we are going to print the age and check whether that person is eligible for voting or not. Okay, so x equal to int input enter your age. So see this first line, x equal to int input, we are using two function, one is int, another one is input. Input function is used to get the name, get the input from the user. Okay, get the value from the user, for that we are using input function, and then int function is going to convert the input into the integer format. Okay, so by default the input function get the values and store in the string format. The int function is going to convert a string data type into the integer data. Okay, so x equal to input enter your age. In this statements we are getting the age of the particular person. And the next statement, if x greater than or equal to 18, here we are checking the condition. So if the age is greater than or equal to, the value age is stored in the variable x. Okay, so now you can see first example, the input is 34. 34 greater than or equal to 18. Condition is false. So condition false means there is no process can be done. Okay, see the second example, condition is true, so it print the value you are eligible for voting. Okay, it show the output you are eligible for voting. And then second example, 16 greater than or equal to 18. Condition is false. So when the condition is false, there is no statement can be executed. Okay, the simple if statement is having only the true blocker. So if the condition is true, it do some process. Okay, is that clear, ma? Okay, as you can see in the second execution, no output will be printed. So when you pass the input 16, there is no output can be displayed. Why? Only the Python prompt will be displayed because the program does not check the alternative process when the condition is failed. Okay, so this program going to check only the condition is true, then it do some process. When the condition is false, there is no statement can be specified. Okay students, so this is the example of simple if statement. In the next class we discuss about if else and nested if nested elif statements. Okay students, okay, thank you.